All right, so we're going to have a look at how to find a fraction of an amount. And what I mean by that is how to find something like 3/5 of 35, something like that. If you're asked to find something like this, or as part of a bigger question, if you have to find 3/5 of 35, the first thing you're going to do, I'll write it up here, is divide by the bottom. So what I mean is you'll take the large number, the 35, and divide it by the number that's on the bottom of your fraction, the denominator. So bottom of our fraction is 5, so we're going to divide by 5. Now what we've actually found there is 1/5. We've split it into 5 pieces, so each piece is a fifth. We weren't asked for 1/5, we were asked for 3/5, which is why step 2 is to multiply by the top of your fraction, which is the numerator. So we divided by the 5, which is the bottom of the fraction. We now multiply by the top of the fraction. So we take that 7 that we worked out before and multiply it by 3, which is the top of the fraction. And 7 times 3 is 21. So 3/5 of 35 is 21. Let's do another one. Let's do 4/7 of, let's say, 56. First thing we'll do is step 1, which is divide by the bottom. So we'll take our 56 and divide that by 7, which is 8. And then step 2 is to multiply by the top of the fraction. So we take the 8 that we just found and we multiply it by the top of the fraction, which is 4. And 8 times 4 is 32. So 4/7 of 56 is 32. So what I'm going to do is just put up a few questions here, and if you like, you can pause the video and have a go at them, because in just a sec, I'm going to talk through the answers to these 3 questions. So pause the video if you want to. I'm going to talk through the answers. So 1/5 of 85. Well, step 1 is to divide by the bottom of the fraction. So we're going to take our 85 and divide it by 5. Now, in these examples that I just did, the calculations are fairly straightforward, but 85 divided by 5, you might not know that off the top of your head. So we're just going to do a quick bus stop down here. How many 5s go into 8? 1, with 3 of the 8 left over. And how many 5s in 35? 7. So step 1, where we divide by the bottom of the fraction, 85 divided by 5 is 17. And then step 2, where we multiply by the top of the fraction, take that 17 and times it by 1, which is the top of the fraction. So the answer is just 17. The second question, 3/7 of 28, we take our 28 and divide by the bottom of the fraction, which is 4, take that times by the top of the fraction, which is 3, so the answer is 12. And finally, this last one, we take our 18, we divide by the bottom of the fraction, which is 3, giving our answer 6. We then take that number and multiply it by the top of the fraction, which gives us 30. Now, I included this last example on purpose. We've ended up with a number that's larger than the number we started with. And that's because the fraction that we were finding, this 5/3, is more than one whole. If I were to draw it as a picture, just roughly, there's 3/3, there's another third, and there's another third on top of that. So we actually have 1 and a bit of our original number, so it does make sense that we've ended up with an answer larger than what we started with. So to find a fraction of an amount, you just have to divide your number by the bottom of the fraction and then multiply that answer by the top of the fraction. That's it.